Hello friends, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Professor S.P. Singh from Faculty of Management Studies, Gurukul Kangadi University, Haridwar. Today we are going to study Module 39 on Quality Without Criteria. After you finish this module, you shall be able to know the qualitative research without quality criteria. Understand the indication of qualitative research. Comprehend the choice of appropriate methods. Know the research steps and methods. Understand the triangulation. Discern the analytic induction. Comprehend the generalization of qualitative research. Recognize the constant comparison method and understand the analysis of contrasting cases. Qualitative research cannot be reduced to formulating criteria and benchmarks for deciding about good and bad use of methods. The issue of quality in qualitative research situates on the level of research planning, process evaluation, research training, and the relation of attitude and technology in research. From a methodological point of view, an important question in qualitative research is what causes us decide to use a particular method in our research. It may be a habit, a tradition of research, the researcher's experience with a method, or the issue under study which causes the decision in favor of against certain methods. In medicine or psychotherapy, the appropriateness of a certain treatment for specific problems and groups of people is checked with indication. In qualitative research, the relevant questions are: when are certain qualitative methods appropriate and also appropriate for which issue? Which research questions? Which group of people or fields to be studied? When are quantitative methods or a combination of both indicated? And so on. Choice of appropriate methods. There are questions providing direction and help in deciding which research design and or method to select for a real study. The review of available literature should be able to answer the questions concerning the knowledge of the researcher about the issue of the study and the state of development of theoretical or empirical knowledge in the literature about the issue. If there is little knowledge and there is a need for an explicit interest in exploring the field and issue, the researcher should select methods that approach the issue, participants' views, or social processes in a very open way. These may be ethnography or narrative rather than semi-structured interviews. For selecting methods with more openness, the information in the categories are as openness to the issue by, openness to the interviewee's subjective views by, openness to the observed person's subjective views by, or openness to the process of actions and interactions by, and openness to each text can be used. Checklist for selecting a qualitative research method. Knowledge about the issue of a study, the state of development of the theoretical or empirical knowledge in the literature about the issue, interest in exploring the field and the issue of a study, the theoretical background of the study and the method suitable for this background, the closeness of researcher to his study, Whether adopt a focused research question or beginning with unfocused approach in order to develop the more focused questions. The aggregate the researcher wants to study, including personal experiences, interactions or situations. Whether it is a single case or the comparison of different cases. What are the resources available for the study? The features of the field to be studied and of the people in it. The claim of generalization of the study. There is no one right method to use in qualitative research. This form of commitment is not appropriate to qualitative research, but there are some other forms of commitment essential to qualitative research. Research should be methodologically planned and based on principles and reflection. Ideas like fixed and well-defined paradigms rather than obstruct the way to the issue under study, open new and appropriate ways to it. Make decisions and reflect upon them for theory and method in qualitative research in a knowledge-based way. There are some rules of thumb about how to make decisions during the research process and some key questions to reflect on the decisions taken and applied in the ongoing research process. Taking these rules of thumb seriously and asking these questions should help qualitative researchers evaluate their decisions in the background of consideration and reflection. The rules will prevent qualitative researchers from sticking to methods inappropriate to the concrete case of their research and from being trapped in fundamentalist trench fights of qualitative versus quantitative research, as well as those fights among research paradigms in qualitative research. To think about the question of indication of qualitative research methods and approaches is a way of arriving at methodological decisions. These decisions will then be driven by the idea of appropriateness of methods and approaches to the issue under study, to the research question the researcher wants to answer, and to the fields and people research addresses. It is the first step in ensuring the quality of qualitative research, followed by strategies to enhance the quality of research. New ways of research evaluation are essential. There are two strategies which serve as an alternative to the criteria for evaluating qualitative research. Research steps and methods. Make a decision and reflect on selecting qualitative or quantitative research. Reflect on theoretical background of knowledge of interest. Plan your study carefully. Reconsider the steps and modify them according to the state of the study. Carefully plan sampling of the study. Think about the persons to be contacted and informed about the research. Think about the choice of a special method of data collection. Plan to document the data and research experiences. Think about the objectives of data analysis. Think how to present the experiences in the field and in the research. Establish the quality of research. Think about the use of computers and software in the research. Triangulation. Triangulation is used as a strategy for enhancing the quality of qualitative research by extending the approach to the issue under study. This can be done in 4 ways. Additional methods. The first is to use additional methods, for example, 2 qualitative methods, or by adding a quantitative approach using 2 methodological approaches in one method. different sorts of data. The second is to include different sorts of data in a project. Third, different theoretical perspective. The third is to take a different theoretical perspective, studying the issue under study with more than one research perspective in qualitative research. Two or more researchers. The fourth way is to involve two or more researchers in the project with different theoretical methodological backgrounds. Analytic induction is a qualitative research method that applies inductive reasoning. The process to be explained and the factors that explain the phenomenon are redefined in a progressive manner. An iterative process in order to maintain a perfect relationship between them. By using an iterative process, a series of hypotheses are generated upon examining cases, and as new cases are examined, the hypotheses are modified in such a manner that cases are either consistent with the explanations or are placed outside the domain of the study. Each case is individually examined against the hypothesis in order to validate or reject the assumption. The strategy of analytic induction begins with a specific case. It is a method of systematic interpretation of events, including the course of formulating hypotheses and testing them. It is crucial means to analyze the exception, the case departing from the hypothesis. The manner of searching and analyzing departing cases is applied after the development of a preliminary theory. Analytic induction is directed to investigating theories and knowledge by analyzing or integrating denial cases. The procedure of analytic induction consists of a rough definition of the fact to be explained is design. Hypothetical explanation of the phenomena is formulated. A case is studied in the light of this hypothesis to find out whether the hypothesis corresponds to the facts in this case. If the hypothesis is not correct, either the hypothesis is reformulated or the phenomenon to be explained is redefined in a way that excludes this case. Practical certainty can be obtained after the study of a small number of cases, but the discovery of each individual negative case by the researcher or another researcher refutes the explanation and calls for its reformulation. Further cases are studied, the phenomenon is redefined, and the hypotheses are reformulated until a universal relation is established. Each negative case calls for redefinition or reformulation. Both of these approaches can be regarded as strategies to enhance the quality of qualitative research, moving beyond the use of quality criteria. Generalization is a principal stage in the qualitative research process. The generalization of concepts and relations derived from analysis is another strategy of grounding qualitative research. The starting point for the evaluation of the concepts is asking the questions about which considerations and steps were applied for the purposes of specifying concepts and relations. This is known as generalization. The generalization in qualitative research is that its statements are usually made for specific cases based on analysis of relations, conditions, and processes in them. This affection to context often permits qualitative research a specific expression. However, when efforts are carried out at generalizing the findings, this context connection has to be abandoned to identify the validity of the findings independent of and outside specific contexts. In terms of the transferability of findings from one context to another and fitness as to the degree of comparability of different texts. Correspondingly, various possibilities are discussed for mapping out the path from the case to the theory in a way that will allow reach at least a certain generalization. The procedure of generalization includes 3 steps. The first is to clarify the degree of generalization aimed at possible to obtain with the concrete study in order to derive appropriate claims for generalization. The second step is the cautious integration of different cases and contexts in which the relations under study are empirically analyzed. The generalization of the results is often closely linked to the way the sampling is done. Theoretical sampling, for example, provides a way of designing the variation of the conditions under which a phenomenon is studied as broadly as possible. The third step is the systematic comparison of the collected material. Again, the procedures for developing grounded theories can be drawn on. The constant comparative method. The constant comparative method is a technique of data analysis for the development of a grounded theory. When applied to create theory, the comparative analytical method becomes applicable to social units of different sizes. This process includes comparing events applicable to each category, incorporating categories and their features, delimiting the theory and writing the theory. The circumlocutory system is an indispensable feature of this process. Though this method exhibits an uninterrupted process of development, yet each phase after a time changes itself into the next stage. However, the stages occurring before continue performing during the analysis and gives regular development to the stages ensuring until the completion of the analysis. This procedure grows to a method of constant comparison when interpreters feel anxiety that they compare coding again and again to codes and classifications already made. Material already coded is not finished with after its classification, but is regularly combined into the further process of comparison. Analysis of contrasting cases. The strategies of contrasting cases are further development and systematization of the constant comparison method. Gerhardt provided the 4 most coherent suggestions on the basis of development of ideal varieties. Various stages are included in this strategy. The types are constructed after the reconstruction and contrast of the cases with each other. Then clear cases are pursued. The comprehension of the single case can be produced more involving a system in comparison to these standard kinds of processes. After building additional kind, this process finishes with comprehension of the structure. Yes. The comparison for differences and similarities becomes more and more real with regard to the range of issues in the empirical material. The extremes of this range get special attention in the maximal comparison, whereas its focus is on the minimal comparison. Generalization in qualitative research is the gradual transfer of findings from case studies and their context to more general and abstract relations, for example, a typology. Friends, in this module you have studied indication of qualitative research, choice of appropriate method, research steps and methods, and analysis of contrasting cases. Thanks for visiting EPG Pathshala.